Test whether or not the mic's on.
Testing. How will I know?
This mic.
How do I know if that's on though? I mean,
You'll hear it.
oh, really? Oh, there it is. All right, very good.
Start whenever you're comfortable.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marvin Plackett, and today is Tuesday, March 17th. Just a reminder that every weekday, 2 o'clock p.m., I will be giving a live update. First, I'm very pleased to report once again that we have no confirmed COVID-19 cases on our campus at this time. As I said yesterday, we have 2 residents at Episcopal Church Home that are isolated and they're being tested. And there's 1 staff person that is being monitored and then tested. And there's 1 person at the terrace that is isolated in her apartment until her relative who visited a week ago is tested. So nothing has changed since yesterday. We have no confirmed cases on our campus. We're delighted to report that. So once again, greetings to all residents and staff, particularly today, of course. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Phil, did you just see a leprechaun?
What are you talking about, Marvin? You okay?
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, here we go. All right, yesterday I referred to the provision of food in each one of the zones in most of the communities. And I know there have been some rough spots here and there pertaining to those provisions of food. You know, it's working, but like I said, it's a little bit bumpy at the beginning as we work out some of the challenges of figuring out the demand, how many residents are going to be eating in which areas. And Kiri asked me to read this. For Seabury and Cornelia House residents, Optage will be discontinuing hot congregate meals at Seabury until further notice. Optage will continue to deliver frozen meals every few days to those of you who have already signed up, and they will be here this Thursday to drop off Thursday and Friday lunches. If you have not yet registered and wish to or sign up for Optage meals, you may do so at Seabury. Again, this is for Seabury and Cornelia House residents only. If you are in need of getting meals another way, please see your housing manager. And that same principle holds true for everybody on our campus. If you have questions, concerns about food and how you might be able to get a meal or pick up a meal, look for notices from your housing managers. All right? Food delivery from Cub and Walmart. I shouldn't just say food, but food and other supplies. Once again, be watching for updates in your communities. Looking at your bulletin boards. Notices will be coming out, updates will be coming out from those that are coordinating that program, so pay attention to that. Socialite, I'd swear I saw another shadow of something that looked like a leprechaun.
It's okay. It's all right.
Thank you for reassuring me, Phil. I was worrying. Okay, social isolation. Certainly social distancing is something that we all must be practicing at this time, and we must be diligent. And at the same time, social isolation is a problem for many elderly in our society in general. We want to make sure that here at Episcopal Homes that no resident is suffering as a result of social isolation. So a couple of things that are going to be happening. One is that each manager, they are going to be working with you. You're going to be seeing notices and you're going to be getting communication pertaining to a buddy system. We need to make sure that everybody on our campus has at least 1 or 2 buddies where you're checking up on one another every day. You're connecting every day. And of course, if it's your neighbors, well, that means you're not really having to travel very far to connect, or it's a phone call, however it might be. But you might get together for tea. You might get together for a meal, etc. And if you're neighbors right on the same floor, same community, well, then clearly the risk of violating the idea of social distancing is not in play because you're really localizing that contact. But that contact is important, very important for all of us. so that we do not socially isolate and start to diminish in terms of our emotional health or health in other ways as a result. So you'll be basically, here's the point, you'll be seeing more information from your managers on making sure that we have a strong buddy system in place. I'm sure you don't need this reminder, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Now is a great time to regularly reach out to your relatives, to your friends. Make sure, and you can obviously do so via telephone, FaceTime, other social media, right? So make sure you're doing that. Care Merge, you're going to be hearing more about Care Merge. It's an online community connecting residents and families. So within the next few days, it's going to be improved, the product's going to be improved, and the way we employ it is going to be improved. So watch for updates on that front. Remember, we have 5 zones on our Episcopal Homes campus. Zone 1 is Seabury and Cornelia House. Zone 2 is Episcopal Church Home. Zone 3 is Ayers Park Commons and Katie's Cottage. Zone 4 is the Terrace and Midway Point. Zone 5 is the Gardens. It's very important that you stay within your zones. And within your zone, there are various opportunities to participate in some activities, life enrichment events. Again, be watching for those notices, flyers, updates, phone calls, whatever it is within your zone, okay? That being said, I really truly hope I am not losing it when it comes to any potential strange events, occurrences on this wonderful day of St. Patrick's Day. Until tomorrow at 2 o'clock, farewell. Here's Phil Rose.
Thank you, Marvin. I'm not quite sure what you think you've been seeing. It's a little odd, but okay. So I am one who is particularly grateful for all of the creative people that we have in our community. And here in the Twin Cities, we have a gentleman by the name of David Haas. David is a composer who has done a number of church songs and is very creative. And he published something this morning that I thought was a nice reminder for us. So much has been and will continue to be for some time canceled. Sports events, concerts, plays, worship services, rallies, travel, meetings, classes, family gatherings, and so much more. However, love has not been canceled. Mercy has not been canceled. Prayer has not been canceled. Attentiveness has not been canceled. Goodness has not been canceled. Thanksgiving has not been canceled. Loving relationships have not been canceled. Kindness has not been canceled. Music has not been canceled. Conversations have not been canceled. Learning has not been canceled. Poetry and storytelling have not been canceled. Courage has not been canceled. Meditation and contemplation have not been canceled. Painting and dancing have not been canceled. Families have not been canceled. Community and solidarity have not been canceled. Faith has not been canceled. Hope has not been canceled. And God's presence with us has not been canceled. Doesn't that make... Wait, maybe you're right, Marvin. Tune in this afternoon at 3:30 when Spiritual Life gives you Happy St. Patrick's Day songs, silliness, and other shenanigans. Bye.